Hey, it's Krista. So today in our gender questioning magical world of awesome, we are going to talk about digging into your memories for clues as to what your gender is. Okay, now this is a thing that a lot of people do. Why? Because we feel like we need proof. If we're already assigned what our gender is at birth, we're already told what it is, and in order to be anything different, we have to somehow come up with some immeasurable amount of proof in order to justify whatever choice of gender we want to be and for why it is that we should be that. So a lot of times when you go looking, like part of it that I see frequently is when you look at transgendered people, a lot of them, and I know not all, but it's hard to find the ones whose stories differ. Many people who are trans know from a young age that they were trans, or they thought they knew, or they kind of knew and just suppressed it. And that's all fine and good. But for those of us like myself who came late to this gender party, I'm 24, so please don't judge me for being late to the gender train. Those of us who didn't always know, we feel like we have to prove and justify whatever our thing is, okay? So other people will say that there were signs pointing to it. So yeah, let's go with mine, okay? Let's go with some signs as to I'm not female. I didn't like to play with Barbies, okay? Or I did, but I would always play the boyfriends. I would always play the guy Barbies because no one else wanted to play the guy Barbies, and I was totally okay with that. Or, here's another one. I had a toy garbage truck. That was one of my favorite toys. I would throw temper tantrums if I didn't get to see the garbage truck every week. And so I really wanted to see these things. I was really excited about these things. And I loved Hot Wheels. I wanted to build roller coasters. I wanted to watch science shows and do things like math and do non-traditional sports. Fine. We can look at that. But that's one perspective. So if I'm sitting here thinking, I know I'm not female, where is my proof from my childhood that says I wasn't female? The only things that I'm going to be able to start remembering is all the times that kind of point to when it was less female of me to do certain activities. So all those toy examples that I just came up with, not typically female stuff. So that's fine. You can find these things, you can find all the memories that you want to justify. The problem with finding the memories to justify this is that what you're really doing is you're looking at it through a filter. It's like a lens that you just kind of cover over your mind's eye. And what you're doing is you're searching specifically for certain things, and then you're changing the interpretation into whatever it is that you want this interpretation to be. And I think that this is a problem because you can't be objective over your own memories. I mean, you can't look at things objectively, especially when you're freaking out about something like gender. It's something that's supposed to be known, that other people know, and if you don't know because you're questioning and you're terrified because you're so confused and nothing makes sense, you fish for anything that can help you to find it. So yeah, I gave you a bunch of examples of why it would look like I was a boy. But let me also tell you that I loved to dress up in princess dresses. I had little baby dolls that I pretended were my kids, and I would take them to school and be their teachers, and I would do various other female tasks. So what I'm trying to say is that there's plenty of information for both sides. If you, honest to God, believe up until whenever you started questioning that you were whatever gender you were, that was totally a valid gender and a totally valid identity for you at that time. It may not be anymore. Guess what? We're people. We evolve, we grow, we turn into other things, we develop. And that's the cool thing about being human, is that we don't stay the same forever. And it's okay to change your gender identity. You have heard about transgendered people who started transitioning and then they realized through their transition, either in the middle or at the end or at some other point, that they actually decided that they didn't want to go through with it after all, or that they were actually the opposite gender again. And you know what? That's totally okay. We change as people. We don't ever stay the same. You are not the same person today that you were 5 years ago, or even a year ago, or even 2 months ago. So why do you think that because you're questioning your gender now, that suddenly your previous gender wasn't real? It was real for you at the time, so don't negate that fact. It may not be true for you anymore. That's also okay. But the thing that we should remember is that our memories are going to skew whichever way we want them to. We're only going to remember certain specific things. We're not going to remember everything, and we can't be objective. So as far as gender questioning goes, like, it might be a little bit helpful to figure out what your gender is based on your memories and various things, and there might be a little bit of an implication as to what your gender could be, but really, it's a choice you make for yourself, kind of. That sounds weird. That's like saying that you chose your sexuality. Sorry. I take that back. It's not a choice that you make. But I mean, it's a realization and a process that you go through in order to recognize what your gender is and to completely negate anything that you've already experienced as another gender or that you're going through right now. Like, just, you shouldn't be doing it. So I strongly caution you when using your memories. You can use them to a certain point, but it's like one of those things that you gotta take with a grain of salt. You can have what you want, but you also gotta think about the fact that you can't be truly objective. So if you want, share your memories with other people or talk to a gender therapist and just throw out all the memories that you can think of and just see if you and your therapist together can come to a conclusion, because they're more objective than you are and they can ask more objective questions than you can, or talk to a friend if you don't want to go to a therapist. This is something I've been going through because I have been searching my memories for clues as to why I'm not female, and I have been finding that this is not the correct approach to go. So good luck. When I think of another question or another aspect of questioning, I will make another video. If you have one for me, please hit me up. I would love to make a video on something. So anyway, good luck, guys, and I will see you guys later. Bye.